What's up? What's up, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy AD, and that's all day. I'm in the spot. How y'all doing today? It's an early afternoon. It just past 12 o'clock on this end. I got my little coffee right here. Finna talk about some little game and stuff. Finna review this game for y'all. Finna tell y'all why. Hold on, give me 1 second. This coffee pretty good. But yeah, y'all know I got like a whole bunch of games. I've been collecting and been playing games and doing all this for like a long time now. And it's a lot of games I done beat. I used to do reviews back in the day, and some of them were kind of successful, but I stopped. I wasn't really doing like, I guess, footage anymore or whatever. But I just wanted to come on here and just start making more reviews for games. And even if I'm just coming on here and just talking and just letting y'all know my opinion, I will give a rating too for each game. And the rating, you could already see at the bottom, but I'll say it at the end just to let people know because it's a lot of stuff. And one game I beat recently that I haven't played since I was like a young kid was Legend of Legaia. And this game came out on the PlayStation 1 in 1999. Now, let me give y'all a little backstory about this game. This game was one of the first RPGs I ever got into, like ever. Like, besides maybe Final Fantasy 7 or something back in the day. Legend of Legaia was one of those games that me and my friends definitely played a lot, like a whole lot, man. It was like really cool to us, but then I haven't played it in so long. Again, I have not played this game in probably over, oh, it's definitely over 10, maybe even 15 years since I played this. So, um, I played it back, and that's one thing I like too. It's fun to go back and play things sometimes that you haven't played in so long or whatever. Because when you got an adult mind and your mind is set on what it is, and then with all these guides and helps and tips, it's so cool to go back and see things that you may not know and you may not remember and stuff like this. And I will say, going back and playing this game has been a pretty good experience, man, and I want to review it for you guys real quick. So just in case if any of y'all want to get it, play it, and it's gonna be more coming soon too. Raven said, "What is this game about?" So it's about this dude named Vaughn. I should have put that picture in here. Hold on. Damn it. I forgot to do. I forgot to put my pictures in here. But Imma do that while I explain, but it's about this boy, this young dude named Vaughn, who's basically in the town or whatever, and his town gets broken into by these creatures called Suru. Like, the whole world, Legaia world, is basically covered in this mist, and it's causing these creatures called Suru creatures to like be manipulated and turn evil. Like, humans used to use these creatures for good and it would help the humans and stuff like that. But ever since the mist got created like 10 years ago or something like that, um now it's been like very dangerous in the land and you can't move around like that. It's a dangerous area. And then Vaughn, who's in the blue, he meets up with these other two people through his journey, and the other two, they got their own like stories and paths as well, and then they all connect with each other because what ends up happening is that they end up getting these things called Rasarus, which are on their hands, and these are like anti-Surus, and they end up getting them, and it allows them to heal these trees, which you see. And when you heal the trees can get rid of the mist. I never played that game before. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. What's up? What's up, ITB? He said a few RPGs on PS1 I never played. Yep. Man, PS1 is so got so many classic RPGs, right? And this is one I really like. So so the Rasurus basically help them, and they use them to fight against the Suru, and it's basically about them getting rid of the mist and trying to get to the point of figuring out where is it coming from, and just trying to make the world a better world again, so where they can get around, because it's dangerous. Like when the game first start, you start off in a gated town with a big gate, and you can't even leave because it's too dangerous. But then things start happening which kind of force you to go out, and explore the world and try to figure out a way to destroy the mist. ITB said Wild Arms was decent too. I never played the Wild Arms series. I never played it. I had Wild Arms 3 for the PS2. I never really played it like that. I heard Wild Arms was good. I think I remember playing maybe one or two back, like way, way back in the day. Way back in the day. But yeah, that's one I do need to play. Wild Arms. Raven said it looks like a game from the 90s. It has that 90s anime look. Yeah, it came out in 1999, early 1999. You said, what is Wild Arms? Wild Arms is another RPG in the PlayStation era. Wild Arms got a lot of games too, man. It's like 4 or 5 of them, I think. So, but let me go into a little details though about the game and stuff. So, again, it's a throwback PlayStation 1 game. So the graphics are not the greatest, but the atmospheres are still pretty nice. The colors are still pretty nice. It has a dark theme, but it's not the worst looking game. When you get in the battles and fights, it looks a lot more realistic and a lot more better. Kind of like Final Fantasy 7. Like when you get in the battles, the people actually look more, real and stuff like that. So the graphics are decent. They got CMV movies as well, that play and show certain cutscenes that play pretty well. The music is pretty good too. A lot of the tones and the themes are actually memorable and might actually get stuck in your head, actually. So the music isn't bad either. ITB says Skies of Arcadia was a classic on Dreamcast. This game got that Legend of Dragon video vibe to it. Yeah, this game kind of is like Legend of Dragon. Some things about this game definitely reminds me of it. And I played that before I played this. It was fun going back playing that about a year or so ago. It was real fun. And so yeah, like control wise, it's not bad. Yeah, PlayStation 1, it's a little clunky, but it does move pretty good. X to run, you got your menus, you got all your little stuff. It's not really confusing at all. Like when it comes to your moves and your magics, not too confusing. Now the way you get magics in this game is kind of different. I mean, the whole fighting in this game is different, period. Like honestly, I think that's one of the two best aspects about this game is the fighting and the story. The reason why the fighting is so good in this game is because it's a RPG, but they fight like a fighting game. Like you literally put in moves and combinations and button combinations to do your moves, and then once you learn your moves, it'll be up on the list. You know what I'm saying? Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. And then once you do your moves, be up on the list and whatever, and then you can like combo them together. They use an AB system in order to use the moves, which is kind of cool. Hold on, I'm looking for these pictures so I can show y'all. I forgot to throw these up. I should have did this first. I threw my other wallpapers up, but then forgot to throw that shit up. Here you go, right here. This is like your magics. This is what your magics look like. Now, the way you get magics in this game is kind of crazy. Once you get your Resuru, once you fight other Surus who have elements, they have certain percentages of when they're beat, you gain their magic. So if you kill them with somebody that doesn't have it, you ended up getting it. And it's kind of interesting, but then it could be real frustrating at the same time because some of these monsters have like 3% chances of being caught, 10% chances. And if you really want to get all the spells in this game, yeah, it's gonna probably take you a little grind. And also, all the magics can level up. Every magic that you get levels up by the more that you use it. So the more you use something, the more it levels up. And depending on what element it is what extra effect it'll get when it levels up. And there's plenty of magics, plenty, and a lot of hard to get ones, kind of secret ones in there that are very, very powerful. Some of these magics in the end of the game, man, is like theatrical as hell. Like I'm not even joking. It's really battle system. Like the battle system is honestly is. I wish more do what they do in Legend of Legaia when it comes to the fighting. I really do because it just keeps you into it. Now, I will admit the game is a little slow. Like, that's one thing about this game though. Like, it's a little slow when it comes to the fighting. I do wish that could be a little faster, but overall, it's still good enough to keep you in it, you know? I do feel like since this was like an early game or the first title, I do feel like some certain things in the game could be a little better. Like I felt like the money could have been better. Like the way you get money in this game, it is like really, really grindy. Like if you want to really have some money, I'm telling you, you're gonna have to really do some battles and shit. And the shit in this game gets real expensive as well. Very expensive. Yeah, Skies of Arcadia was dope as hell too. I remember my one friend had that on the Dreamcast, and I remember he used to play that game all the damn time, man. I remember that was a game I seen him beat multiple times back in the day. I heard that was amazing. Raven said, even though I had a PS1 back then, I spent most of my time gaming on the N64. Yeah, I was more on the PS1. Like if I wanted to play the N64 back in the day, I had to like go over a friend's house. But N64 had a lot of classics. I remember my friend had a lot of games we used to play that were like, 007, Smash Bros. Shit, even WWF Warzone was kind of fun, man, on the N64. Shit, with 4 players. Raven said I had a Dreamcast as well back then. Man, I'm planning on getting a Dreamcast. That's probably the next console I'm gonna get because I never had it, and I'm starting to get some games for it, so I'm probably gonna get a Dreamcast soon. Dreamcast is a tough system to collect for though, because a lot of those damn games are expensive as shit and kind of hard to find. Raven said I still was 1 years old when this game came out. Yeah, man. I remember playing this game, bro, when I was like, how old was I? 9, 10. And I swear we beat this game, man, even as a youngin'. And back in the day, it wasn't no internet or nothing. So if you had a book or no word of mouth, it was like way harder to beat these games, right? It was like way harder to beat them, man. But we did. And now when I played it back, I was just amazed. I was mind blown. I'm like, how the fuck was we doing some of this shit as a kid? I really was thinking that. Like, how the hell? Oh man. But here goes some footage of the battle system right here. Like, right, you got the hyper arts, you got super arts, and you can connect the moves. And like I said, it looked like a fighting game. And for this to be PS1, man, this is kind of nice for PS1. I ain't gonna stunt, man. Like the way it sounds, the way how they be screaming out the moves when they do it, I'm telling you, it's pretty good, man. Like they hit the nail, like when it comes to a RPG being mixed with a fighting game. It's like they hit the nail right on the head. I mean, again, it's not perfect. It's a little slow and stuff in areas, but overall, man, it's definitely worth a try. Have you ever played Ready to Rumble boxing before? Yes, yes, I love it. I played both games, 1 and 2. I love Ready to Rumble boxing. I haven't played it in a while, but I remember playing that game so damn much. Hell yeah, Afro Thunder. Hell yeah, man. That shit was sick. Very, very fun game. Oh man, this coffee good. Let me talk a little bit more about the story here though. I think the story is the other aspect of this game that makes it so great. Now, the reason why I say the story is so good is because even though your main character does not talk, this is another one of those games where the main character does not talk at all. The only time he talks is when people ask you stuff, and then you could just, like say this and say that, but he doesn't talk. So you would think the game is kind of shallow because of that, because like, damn, he doesn't talk. But the other two main characters, they make up for more than enough. Like Noah and Gala, they make up for it, man, big time. Afro Thunder is my favorite character in that game, man. Afro Thunder is tight as hell. It was some other mugs I used to like in that game too. I kind of can't remember everyone, but oh man, I definitely used to love Rumble. Did you hit the Rumble? Rumble. Did you start going crazy, beating their ass? Oh man, that game is fun. Um, so like you would think that it would be kind of shallow, but like eventually you'll meet Noah, who is being taken care of by a wolf, who doesn't understand her family's past, who constantly has dreams about her family, but she wants to figure out who they really are. Then you meet Gala, the stronger looking dude, who is like a monk, like a martial artist monk, who ended up joining y'all and to help get rid of the mist, and then he ended up abandoning what he was because he ended up using the magic of the Rasuru or whatever. So he ended up getting abandoned because of that. But he joins y'all and he has like a partner that he grew up training with named Sanji, who was like always like very jealous of Gala. And then this dude ends up turning out to be one of the main villains in the whole entire game, which is kind of shocking. And they don't even really tell you much about the main character. It's like more about the other two until later in the game. And then later in the game, you kind of find out what really happened to Vaughn and why things are the way they are. It's a pretty amazing story, and all they paths and stuff connect pretty well. Like, and it's one of those type of games where you want to see more. Like, not the biggest story driven game, but definitely a game where you'll be like, man, what's gonna happen next? And then you'll think about all the things that where y'all done went through to get to where y'all are at. It's something else, man. And the way it all comes together overall is pretty interesting and pretty cool. Now I don't want to spoil everything for everybody when it comes to the story, but just know, man, it goes to the very end. Like even when you think the game is over, it's not over. It's not over. I'm gonna put it like this. It's a certain part in the game. Oh yeah, and that's another thing why the story is so good in this game, because they keep the mystery alive. Like they really do a good job at not making you know who the real bad guys are and who's really running things and who's really controlling what and who's behind what. They do a good job at slowly building you up to the process of figuring out what's really going on. Now, with most games, you play them, you beat them, you see what's up, and then you go back, you play them again, and then you realize, like, they put little subtle hints in there for you. And I think this does a good job at that. Um, but like I said, it's a certain part in this game where I'm telling you, you are gonna think the game is done. You're gonna be like, damn, game over. Okay. Meanwhile, it's low key like another 10% of game left. Like what? You still got to do this and do that. Now, it's plenty of other little stuff to do. This game is not the biggest side quest driven game, but there are side quests. There are like secret bosses and stuff that you could fight. There are secrets. There are mini games that you could play. But that's one thing about this game I don't think is that good though, which is the mini games. Like not that many and not really that great. Raven said this game sounds like it would make a good anime. It would, honestly. The story is so good. That's what really, like I said, the story and the fighting is what'll hold you in this game. Definitely, it'll hold you. Great game, by the way. Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Cause I really was so happy. Well, I was so happy to go back and play this. It was something else. But like with the mini games though, I think that's one thing they messed up though with this. Slots is like extremely hard, extremely difficult. And it's sad because if you want some of the real like good secret stuff in this game, you gonna have to play them mini games. Like fishing. Fishing is annoying as shit, random as hell. It is extremely hard to get certain particular fish. The points that you got to get is just too much. That's one thing I wish they would have did better in this game was the mini games. Now the arena, there is an arena in this game. The arena, that's cool. That's all right. Challenging, but it could be done. I'm cool with the arena. There's some other little crazy ass mini games in this game too. Like it's even a fighting game in there mixed in there. A weird little fighting game. I'm not even joking either. A weird one. just thrown in there in the mix. When I did, you said when I played on the PS1, I played WWF SmackDown 1 as Jeff Hardy. Oh man, the SmackDown series was one of the main series I played too on PS1. That was one of the best series in wrestling, right? SmackDown 1, SmackDown 2. Then it went to Here Comes the Pain, Know Your Role. Man, those were some of the best wrestling games ever made, honestly. And it all started with, yeah, SmackDown 1. They move quick. That was one of the funnest parts about it because they move so fast. I remember I remember some of that music on there, Raven. I do. And so yeah, I wish they would have did the mini games better and stuff like that. But overall, just an amazing game. Like it's so much other stuff I could say about the story that because it's just so many things that you'll just be questioning yourself about like oh man this really happening why what's going on with this and it's some heartbreaking moments man it's some moments in this game that actually is kind of heartbreaking you know but you know how these stories be they be full of ups and downs but it's well told it's well told though. Jeff Hardy was my favorite wrestler back then. Chris Benoit was my second favorite. I always loved Jeff Hardy. I like Chris Benoit too back in the day. Jeff Hardy, man, he was definitely one of my favorites. It's kind of messed up what's going on with him today, right? Kind of messed up, man. It's like, will we ever see him again? Hope he be all right. What up? What up, Drea? Hey, I hear you. What up? What's good, Drea? What's popping? What's popping? Xenogear, Chrono Cross, Gradia, Breath of Fire 4. I checked that game out. Um, I haven't played Xenogear, Chrono. I haven't played any of them, man. The crazy part is I know about them though. Like I heard about Xenogear. That game is expensive now. Chrono Cross. I know that's like a lot of people consider that to be one of their favorite Super Nintendo games. Gradia. I heard of Gradia. I'm trying to think. I think I might have played Gradia a little bit. And Breath of Fire 4. I haven't played that yet. I got it though. I got it. I actually put that game on my PS1. I haven't played it though, not yet. But you're right though, man. The PS1 has so many great RPGs, JRPGs on there. It's like you always are bound to look in there and find something like, whoa, this game is on here. Oh, this look cool. This look interesting. Now we know a lot of people know some of the hitters like your Final Fantasies and stuff, but right, everybody doesn't always play the other ones, that's out there. And a lot of times those could be some of the best. Yeah, the games I like is the classics I play in back in the day. Yeah, I mean, me too. I love those games a lot, man. I like newer ones too. Like, don't get me wrong, I will play a newer RPG, but it's just I just love the value of the older ones too. That's why I like a game like Octopath Traveler so much because it's a newer game, but it plays so much like the older ones, but it still got that, like that new look to it, that new coat of paint. Drea said, "What's up? I'm getting ready for the day. Got the stream playing. Hoping y'all doing well." Same to you, Drea. Same to you. I know it's a little early. I'm on here a little early. I wanted to start getting these reviews out because I got a lot of games I can review, man. And I'm like, man, the stuff that I'm beating is starting to stack up. So I'm like, all right, let me start reviewing them before I start forgetting them, you know. But overall, though, with this game, I say you should go out, check it out. Now, if you want to get this game, that might be a little challenge, though, because this game like if you want it physical, it's gonna cost a little something because it's like $30 loose. Like if you want it complete, it's like 60 $70 complete. I don't think they never came out with a greatest hit of this game. They never re-released it on anything. I looked it up. They ain't remake it or nothing. So that's kind of disappointing. So it's a little difficult to play the game. I say if you don't feel like spending the money, I say you should just get the ROM, you know what I'm saying? Just get that young ROM and put it on whatever you want to put it on cuz that's how I got it. I just got the ROM and put it on my PS1 Classic, you know. I might end up getting it. That game is so great. I used to own that game. Like we actually own that game in the past, but it was so long ago. I have no clue what the fuck we did with that game since then. Who knows what happened to it? Who knows? ITB said PSX emulator on deck. I checked Legend of Legaia out. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. That like honestly, I wish it was out on more things so it'll be a little bit more accessible. But hey, I would definitely do that too. Cause I like I said, that's how I had to play it. I had to basically just get the damn ROM, throw it on my flash drive, and put it into the PS1 Classic. I got some other little bangers on there. I've been trying to fill that boy up. I've been wanting to get at least 100 games on there. Right now, I'm at like 50 or something. I stopped. I know of some other games I could look up that'd be cool. Some I heard about today I could throw on there. What up, Tack Man? What's up, man? He said, "What you know about Legend of Legaia, G?" What up, man? Man, I know, right? It's a classic. Yes, Legend of Legaia, man. Man, I grew up with this game, That's how I really know about it cuz we played this ever since we was young. I don't really hear too many people talk about this game like that, but this is one I just wanted to shine a little light on cuz it's definitely worth a play. It's definitely worth checking out, man. And it's just right. It's one of those games that's kind of like just right, you know. Now, what would I rate this game? I give it a it's like I want to give it an 8. I want to give it an 8 out of 10 because I feel like this game is so special. But again, it's kind of like their first try at it. It's some things they could have did a little better, you know. And I'll give it a 7 out of 10 in my book, which is still pretty good. That's still pretty good RPG wise. I didn't review Final Fantasy 7. Maybe I should come back and review that because I beat that game like a couple of months ago. And I never beat Final Fantasy 7. I played it when I was younger, but never beat it. So it was fun going back and beating that. Um, so yeah, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 for Legend of Legaia, man. Said you should play Vandal Heart on PS1 if you like this game. Let me look that up real quick. Vandal Heart. Now that's something I never heard of. What? Hey, let me check that out real quick. Let me see if I in real. Come on, load up, load up. There you go. It's loading. I hope I spelled that right. Oh, there you go. Vandal Hearts. There you go. I see it. Nah, I ain't never seen this game before. When this come out? This came out in '97. Nope, I never seen that before. PS1 got a lot of underrated RPGs. I agree. I totally agree. And it's so many of them. It's so many of them. That's why PlayStation to me is one of the best consoles, not like just PlayStation 1 and 2, like they were like one of the best ones cuz they had everything on them, right? Like they had the fighting, they had the sports, they had the RPGs, they had the action adventures, they had the platformers. Man, such a wonderful console to grow up with. FF6 was my favorite. Final Fantasy 6 was your favorite? I never played 6. I never played 6. I played 7 though. Dragon Valor on PS1 and Hoshigami is a hidden gem. I recommend you go check it out. Okay, hey, I got a lot of games to write down, right? Got a lot of new games that y'all been giving me to go check out. I tried to check out some new ones too. You said Vandal Heart is the shit, man. You said it's the shit, man. I'm looking at it right now, and I see it's not the cheapest game. It's like $30 loose, which is not too cheap. But yeah, it definitely looks interesting just by the cover alone. It looks interesting, indeed. Say you like the villain in FF6. See, I don't know. I love this game. They made one for PS as well. You said for PlayStation? Right, cuz this only came out on PS1. I wish they would have remade it or, made some other ones or something like that. I wish they well, matter of fact, they did. Matter of fact, I will talk about that for a hot second. And yes, believe it or not, they did make a two to this game. There is a two. I almost forgot. Like I remember playing two when I was a kid. I remember, but we played one more though. I will admit, I had a lot more memories with this game than the second one. So recently, I bought number two, and I've been playing that recently. I've been playing Legaia 2. That's what number two is called. It's called Legaia 2. I've been playing that game for about, I say about a week now. And best believe I'm gonna do a review on number two. The best believe when I'm done, man. When I'm done, and I don't want to spoil too much because number two came out on the PS2. So I'll put it like this: that game jumping from PS1 to PS2 really helped it a lot, And I'm gonna tell you this: number two, man, number two is looking damn good. Like I don't want to knock people away from number one. I advise playing number one before you play number two. I definitely advise playing this one first because when you play two, you gon' really like it. Because honestly, so far I'm not done yet. I'm probably not even halfway through two yet. But so far, in my opinion, man, number two is definitely better than one. So be on the lookout for that review. But I haven't beaten that one yet. So I'll be probably putting out some other reviews first. Killer said, I think there's a three in the series. Nah, I looked it up. There's no three. And if so, I missed it. I think people want a three. People were like, oh, I want a three. But nope. It seems like two was the last one that they made. And I'm happy we got a two. Cause honestly, I don't even this was one of them games where you know how some games are. If they don't make enough money or if they don't get enough tension, you might not even see a sequel. So man, it is really cool we got a sequel to this game. Cartia, The World of Fate on PS1 was highly slept on. See, that's another game I don't know. I really don't know that one. He said Kefka and Sephiroth's best villains in Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, Sephiroth, man. He's definitely he's definitely like one of the top villains of all time, right? In the way that game puts you with him, they do Final Fantasy 7 does a good job of showing you how powerful that guy is and how weak you are. You know what I'm saying? Before you really get on that level. Like that dude was so mysterious. Like, and then he was just killing everybody all easy. I need to review Final Fantasy 7. I need to review that. Arc the Last series collection on PS1. Um, I think I got Arc the Lad on PS2. Is that good? Cause it's on PS2. I think I got it. I haven't really played it like that. But you talking about so they got it on PS1 as well. I haven't really played that series. So it's so many fun, cool things to get into, right? So many cool games, man. And I appreciate y'all coming through, man. I just wanted to make this a little quick little review, talk about a game that I wanted to let y'all know about and give my rating again. I'll give this game a 7 out of 10, man. Definitely worth playing, definitely worth picking up. And I'm gonna try to put some other reviews out. FF6, my all-time favorite. Oh wow. PS2 Arc the Lad is lit, man. Okay, because I got that game. I just like haven't really gotten to it, but now I'm like, okay, Arc the Lad. I always wondered about that game because it got a crazy cover. I always wonder, like, is this dope? But you know how it is. We only got so much time to play so much stuff. Other reviews I can come out with soon for you guys. Right. I never did Octopath Traveler. I can do the latest Mario Party. I can do that one. Probably doing that one soon. I know people like the RPGs and stuff. I just started playing Curse Mountain yesterday. That's another new game I've been getting into. Curse Mountain. So far, so good with that. Might see a review coming out on that. Kefka was better than Sephiroth. People think Sephiroth is better because the first FFF game was 7. See, I don't really know about this dude. Imma have to look him up. That dude must have been serious as hell. FF7 still my favorite with 10. Yeah, 10 is still my favorite. 10 is definitely my favorite. I play one that I wanna go back and play that I never finished was 12. I never finished 12. And I used to really like 12 back in the day. Me and my friends, we used to basically have competitions on who could get the farthest, the quickest in that game. Never finished 12. I need to go back to that one too. But thanks again, everybody. More reviews to come. I'm gonna think of some more stuff to review. And I hope y'all enjoyed this one. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Check it out. I hope y'all have a good one. And I will probably see you guys later tonight. Yep. Peace out, y'all. Peace.